Good evening, our viewers, and you're most welcome to our talk show where we discuss issues of exercise and wellness. I'm on your host, Ruth. I work with Sukuma Foundation, and this evening I'm glad to host our very own client, SHEEBAH Tumushabe. She's been working out with Sukuma, I think, for the last 10 years, if I'm not mistaken. She's also an entrepreneur. She owns the Posh Fashion. I think you know it, City of Posh, and I think she'll have time to talk about it as part of this talk because we encourage networking. And she's been transformed, and we hear her story. You're most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
With me also is the director, Abdul. Abdul is the founder of Sukuma Foundation, and I know you know him. For those who don't know, he's the man behind Sukuma. And his passion is seeing people transform through exercise, especially dance movements. And he also be sharing with us how he has seen his passion change people's lives. Abdul, you're most welcome in that section.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And without further ado, I'll straight away go into engaging my guests this evening. And I think I'll begin with SHEEBAH. SHEEBAH, how are you?
I'm well. I am blessed. I'm happy. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to share with the rest of the world how exercise has transformed you. So to begin with, how did you start this exercise journey? What kind of motivated you to start exercise?
So this journey started in 2017. It was one of those days, an evening, and my heart was beating so fast, and my veins were swollen.
Did it just occur out of the blue?
It was
seated.
I was seated, and then I started sweating. So I drove myself to hospital, and when I got there, they first had to check my blood pressure, and the results were terrible. So yeah, so I walk in the doctor's room, and we had a candid talk. And then he told the young girl, this pressure for you at this age is terrible. You can do better.
So other than you having that evening episode, you had never experienced anything of that?
I had never taken note. I'd never taken note. You know how pressure is like, I could have had many other episodes, but I really never paid attention to it.
But did you know pressure, or you just got to know it when you walked in the doctor?
No, I knew pressure. I knew about pressure. I knew about pressure, but I really, yes, I didn't know, yes. So now the doctor tells me, you really need to change your lifestyle. You need to start exercising. You need to start eating mindfully. You need to basically change habits. And so, yes, he gave me some treatment to bring it down, but then he really advised me to change my habits. And so during that time also, I was overweight. I was so fat, so fat. And yeah, so he asked me to change my lifestyle. And
thank you so much. But I just want you to go slow for that viewer so that they totally understand. So when you talk about fat, what do you mean by being fat? Were you like 200 kilograms? I know.
Oh, I was 88. I was 88 kgs, and BMI index, the weight and the height, body mass index, it was way high above. Yes, so
all that you get to know in the doctor's room, or all along you were 70 or 60 kilograms, because I know you're a fashionista,
yes,
own a fashion store.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you woke up one morning and you're 88, or it was at that point when you entered the doctor's room that you noticed you were 80?
No, I had noticed I had put on weight because the sizes changed. My size changed, But it didn't really hit me so bad like it did while in the doctor's room, because now it was about life. It wasn't just about, when you put on weight and you're like, yeah, I can always get a bigger size, and I can always still be stylish even in my big body. So I didn't really care so much. I did, but not so much like I did after they had told me about the scare regarding my health.
So the
Yeah.
doctor tells you to change lifestyle.
Yeah.
The doctor tells you you're overweight.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you feel like, no, something must change about me. So
Yeah.
let's first put it there. Simba Wakati. Thank you so much for sharing that bit. I'm going to come back to you, and I want you to tell me, how did you end up eat? Was it eating too much? Was it sitting at home and watching movies? Or it was just something that occurred to you, but you are living normal, you are doing normal things? Let me get back to you. Thank you.
Yes.
So Abdul, thank you so much for joining the show. And I know your passion has always been seeing people transforming
Yeah.
through dance fitness. So what motivated you to feel that dance fitness can change people into well-being to begin with?
Thank you so much, Ruth. To begin with, thanks for putting up this wonderful conversation and also being able to support us as Sukuma in these wonderful journeys that we are pushing on. Sukuma for me is a safe space before it becomes for anybody outside there. For me, it's a healing point. It's a healing zone for me as a person. So I didn't know this was actually something I would take on as a purpose, but I got to enjoy each moment as I participated from when I was beginning as a person. So the way I felt, it just came in naturally.
Okay, so when you say beginning,
Yes.
you mean when you came out of your mother's body, or there was a point in life where you were like, I mean, what triggered that purpose? And I think viewers are
Yes,
entitled to
yes.
know.
So when I joined in 2013, I joined a dance company then, and I happened to participate in this wonderful craft as a participant. Then, before even I was inducted in as a trainee, it was so mind blowing for me. I enjoyed the experience. I enjoyed every beat, especially because I'm very musical. I love music so much. I love to dance, and I didn't know I can be a good dancer, but I happen to actually enjoy every bit of it, and that way it naturally was a natural segue into the purpose that we are serving right now, and as existing as Sukuma, this is a place where it is supposed to create spaces for more people to share wonderful stories like what Sheba is doing. Because Sheba loves music, I was lucky to see her start and enjoy every bit of her journey. However tough or difficult or easy it was so inspirational, and till date, and lately, she's somebody we actually feel so much more proud in, especially her story, and would love to make sure that so many people tap into her energy and get inspired.
Wow.
Yes.
That sounds so nice. And you viewer out there, I think you can see behind each person's talk, there's what they call purpose, or what you call motivation.
Yeah.
The person behind the wheel is saying they joined the dance, something that motivated them to be where they are right now. Our very guest, Sheba, she's saying that always this moment when her heart was palpitating, she could not understand her body, and that was the reason for exercising. So I want you to bet that motivation. I want you to ask yourself, if I were in Sheba's shoes, what would I do right now? How about you who loves to just move your body, not necessarily that you sleep, but you love it, because at the end of the day, we're going to share the benefits of exercise. So think about these things as we discuss them, because in one way or another, you don't have to be sick to join what they're doing here. And let's get back to Shiba. My dear one.
Yes.
So yeah, at 88 kilograms in 2070.
Mm.
How how did we arrive at 88?
It was the habits, really. It was the habits, and I didn't mind what I put in my mouth. I had never exercised ever. I really, there was no form of physical exercise at all. And yeah, and so one thing leads to the other, and it builds up. I never really minded what I ate. I just put in whatever, and so over time, it had an effect on my health. Yeah.
So one thing leads to
Another.
You see, this talk show is intentional. We are here to let you know that it's not just about interesting you in dance, but one thing leading to
Another.
another. Some are not exercising. Some of you think you've heard by the some you've read about it. But I want to assure you that what you sow, you
Rape.
reap.
Yep.
So here she is. Maybe she could share one of the things, and I believe this is going to be an episode we shall be learning step by step, not only from her but from so many people. So when we say you didn't mind what you are putting in your mouth, are you saying that food is bad? Because all food is supposed to be eaten. So what do you mean by you didn't mind what you're putting in your mouth? And then we shall ask him how this food translates to dance and how dance can help us regulate what we have eaten.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I mean, I wasn't mindful of what I was putting in my mouth is, we know there's a diet. There are certain kinds of foods that we're supposed to eat. We've learned this in primary. There are carbohydrates, there are proteins. Carbohydrates are energy giving foods, and then proteins, bodybuilding foods, and then vitamins, and then refuges of vegetables, and then water. So we're supposed to have a balanced diet. We're supposed to have a little bit of of those, and then the healthy fats, little bits of those, because we are human beings, but we are spiritual actually. Life is spiritual, and so we are supposed to spend more time focused on things that make us alive from inside out, not the things that we actually put in our mouth. What we eat, yes, helps the body get sustained, but we are spiritual beings. So we are supposed to spend more time loving people, forgiving, praying, as in really reading things that really help us, because life is really spiritual. But what we eat also sustains the body. But we shouldn't eat so much, just a little bit. Enough water, a little bit of carbs, a little bit of proteins, and then sometimes you indulge. But as a person who understands that what you do today is going to come back to you later, you understand? Yes, what you do today comes back later. So your eating habits today are going to come back later to you and show you the results of this is how you've been. Yes, it is the blueprint of what you've been eating. Exactly. This is exactly. So we have to keep the end in mind of what I'm eating today, what I'm doing today. How is it going to affect me tomorrow, later? So I wasn't mindful of that. So I just ate, and until the blueprint came out, and my heart wasn't healthy. I had bad cholesterol. My blood pressure was high. And that's when my doctor asked me to change my lifestyle. And yeah, I ended up getting to know about Sukuma. That's how I started doing Sukuma.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we'll get to Sukuma and how you work in the gates of Sukuma. But the girl out there, they are telling you a little bit. And yet to ask her later she needs a break. You can't take it, and so I'm here to find out a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of sweet potato, little bit of sugar, little bit of ice cream. She's going to explain what a little bit means. But as she thinks about it, I'd like to ask Abdul.
Yeah.
So you see, this person is telling us that a little bit,
Yeah.
but dance and movement require energy.
Yes.
So how does someone whose heart is beating, who's been told to
What do you mean by beating?
I related with her experience in the doctor's room or what she feels.
Yeah.
And she is with the doctor, and the doctor is saying one of the things you must do is exercise.
Yeah.
So that means that they've seen something about exercise that is going to redeem her.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about exercise and health, and for that matter, dance or what you're good at, and exercise and our health?
So maybe, excuse me, what the doctor didn't actually say was to talk about stress management, maybe to talk about holistic wellness, maybe to talk about body, mind, and soul kind of engagement. Like she said, we are spiritual beings and life is spiritual. So there is not one aspect that can fulfill your holistic what kind of approach. But to be direct to music and dance, they're directly intervening the what we call the stress kind of management system in your body through dance, through movement, through exercise. You get to trigger these happy hormones because each time you sweat, there is a release of certain hormones, the endorphins, the serotonin, and so many other happy hormones that are triggered during exercise. So that way, you're getting to feel more positive about yourself. It's emotional, it's physical, it's social, getting connected to what's around you. And that's what dance and music do to us. Yes. So, and that's where transformation begins to become holistic because when you get to feel it, you get to think about it even at a deeper level by eating right, by doing regular screening and checkups, by being around more positive people, by also thinking so much energies around you in so many aspects of your life. And that's what music does. Besides, before the weight loss, before all these other intentionalities that are physical. Yeah.
Wow, you reminded me of actually my school notes. And there's this, Deba system.
Yes.
One of them is the lymphatic system. I think you know some of the system God gave us, the circulatory, reproductive.
Where you're a doctor, you can explain because sometimes English can be not Englishing.
So there is this system of the lymphatic system. So as you're talking, I got reminded.
Yes.
And that system only works when the body is in motion.
Yes.
Do you know what it does?
No, tell me.
Its role is to clear toxins out of the body. And what I was expecting out of this exercise is that one of the toxins or wastes, what we call of chaff in Uganda, is actually sweat.
Yeah.
Some of it passes behind.
Yeah.
Komata.
Some through the skin.
So through the skin. So one way the body releases waste is through sweat. And a sweat can only burn if you
exercise. Right.
So this lymphatic system, when it's overwhelmed, you've heard of these lymph nodes, sometimes they get filled with when you're sick, they store the what? The cells. I think you've heard of people saying feeling feverish, then they touch the brain area, they swell. It's a way of communicating to that is toward one whole year. But when you regularly exercise, those flexing the able to come up. Actually, it moves alongside the circulatory system. Why is the veins? It also lies there, but you can never like detect it.
Yeah.
So just imagine someone who is never in motion. I remember she said she had never exercised. Maybe she had never thought of anything like exercise. And no wonder once she exercised, she did to tell us maybe something changed about without necessarily taking what? Medication. This system, when we are talking, I sort of remember it moves alongside the circulatory system.
Yeah.
And it can only be triggered if you're in motion. That's why actually I love what's happening lately, the smart world, where you have a watch and it tells you it's time to stand, it's time to, because every time the body is working, and actually as we journey on, we are going to see what is the purpose of sleep, what is the purpose of brain. You talk about, I love the fact that you talked about holistic what? Holistic approach. Eh? So when you're not in motion, you're denying the body to clean up.
Yeah.
When you don't sleep, imagine the brain cleans itself at night when you sleep. So just imagine those who spend nights out. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. So there is worse that does. I'm going to tell you the scientific worse that is. So at the end of the day, you find someone. So have you experienced people, or has it ever occurred to you whereby you unnecessarily forget? Oh, but did I send them up money? Or did I do this? Because you've not allowed the brain to rest. There are people who will tell you, me, I am a morning person, because the brain has cleaned up. Has flushed out. So the brain can only clean at night, because during the other times it's responsible for the rest of the other works. And I think you instructors also have that. There's a time when you have for yourself to rebuild, to reset, to regain, so that you find yourself before clients and you're all over.
Yes, tujja nagendawo because there's so many issues instructors face in that line.
To your fellow instructors in the same industry.
We will, yeah.
So Sheeba, I just like the a little bit. It's a catchword for me. It's a little bit of everything. I know carbs, proteins are what. So tell our viewers
what she was taking.
What's a little bit that resulted in your weight?
See, the thing is, when you don't measure something, then you can really never do anything about it. I'll explain what I mean by that. Let me make a small calculation here. Let's say you are spending 15,000 every day, maybe coffee or small bites every day. It's just 15,000 Ugandan shillings. And 15,000 Ugandan shillings on a daily, it's little money. Yeah? But when you multiply it times 7, it comes to 105,000, right? That's a week. And then times 4 in a month, that's 420,000, right? Now, let's multiply it by 12 in a year. That's 5,040,000. Yeah? Yes. Now, let's multiply it by 20. It comes to 100.8 million. But someone could be out there saying, I don't have money to start. But this is 100.8 million in 20 years.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit. It's just 15,000. But it comes to 100.8 million in 20 years. Even 1,000 comes to 7 point something, you know. So when you're doing it independently alone, it feels small. But it builds up, it compounds. It's same with food, it's same with exercise. When each workout that you do may not reduce your tummy, you may not see yourself slimmer, but each time that you work out, it gets you closer to your goals. It compounds. So same with food. You might eat some meats today and then ice cream and whatever. At that moment, it's little. but it compounds. Thank you. Thank you. Akolumu, but singa tuwandiika buli kye tuba tulidde, you will be shocked. Just like the 15,000 can shock you to be 100.8 million in 20 years, the food bwe tuba tumeasuring bintu bye tulya bye tulowooza nti it's very little, it can shock you. Can shock you very much.
This is so revelational. You know, I was just here thinking that actually you can determine your longevity. She's spiritual, and I know she reads the same book that I do, but some might say, you will live long to see the goodness.
To proclaim the goodness of the Lord.
Just imagine, right now you're 20 years, and you chose that a little bit approach instead of 20. So meaning you have extended lifespan 20 years, 40. So if you're at 40, 60. If you're at 60, 80. But 30 minutes. How about if you choose the approach of eating badly? So if you'd have lived up to 40, so a person would have lived up to 60. You're saying they will die at 40 because they are eating a little bit of everything, a little bit of junk, a little bit of fat, a little bit of not exercising. Can you imagine that you are there saying, my time is not cold, my arm is still swinging. But here the theory is that it's not about the arm swinging today, that in the next 20 years it will be fun if you maintain consistency. Remember the calculation? 15,000 one day, 100,000 1 week, 400,000 1 month, 5 million 1 year, and then maybe 200. You said 200.
100.8.
So imagine just a simple coming to Kisukuma and you work out one day.
Yes.
Time was 7. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to pick from you, Sheebah.
There's compound. The benefits of exercise compound. You know, sometimes people want quick fixes, like you come to class to exercise and think that you're going to lose all the weight in just 1 month, but you can't. It has to be consistent. You have to keep the end in mind and then work backwards and know that I'm 20 today, I'm going to be 30 tomorrow, or I'm 30, I'll be 40, or I'm 40, I'll be 50 or 60 or 70. So for you to be a healthy woman at 70 years, you start now. You don't get to 70 and then start, trying to, you start now. You're building the fitness. Each day, each workout doesn't leave you the same. It doesn't.
I think you need to
It doesn't leave you the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So you work out each day. Each time that you work out, it gets you closer to your body goals. Even if you want to lose the arms or the tummy, or you just have to keep working out. And we may not see the change immediately, but each time that you work out, each Sukuma class that you go for, each exercise that you do, it gets you closer. And then, boof, it becomes like a miracle, like someone has lost so much weight where everyone is noticing, but it has been gradual. It now looks like a miracle, but it's not. They've been working out consistently, and now the results are showing. But there's been effort daily.
mindset change, effort, consistency, not giving up.
Discipline.
A little bit. Sheebah, thank you enough for today. Word of wisdom.
Yes, I just want to say something small, that since 18 or since this world started, and even today and even later, success in any area of life, right now it's health, it will always be working hard, discipline, and good habits. Nothing less, nothing more. In any aspect of life. Hard work, discipline, good habits.
They say life has no formula, but that is the formula.
Oh my goodness. I had to say that. And before we come, because then it's going to give you the award for today. But Shiba would like you to, I mean, it's one of ministry, changing people through transforming their bodies, telling them your story. And I think in our next time, we're going to see how this consistency, this how these good habits have probably made you from 88, and maybe if you don't mind, you share your current weight now, but that is entirely up to you. And what exactly has consistency plus hard work plus good habits plus discipline changed in her life? And how did you build this? How did you put yourself in? Discipline is not easy. You do 2 days, that day like can't you kick. So thank you so much, and we look forward to you transforming people's lives by sharing what has worked. But before we close off, let's have a word from Abdul and then from you.
Thank you so much, our lovely viewers. Shiba said so many things, and Dr. Ruth, that are really, really powerful. My call of shot are basically what Shiba said. They say life has no formula, but what she mentioned right there is actually the formula. There is nowhere you will go and you, without discipline, and you expect yourself to move further, without focus, without consistency, without humility. Also, you need to be humble and know where you are so that you draw your starting point. Yeah, so in Sukuma we say our vision is a society where people feel better, perform better, and live better. So such safe spaces is what we want, and we need to all of you to join us in this powerful movement. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so for me, it's honestly a pleasure to be here to share my story. And then maybe I could help one or two or many, you know. And one word before I leave is I just want to tell our viewers that um, change begins with awareness. You need to be aware of where you are for you to really change. You need to know the choices that are distancing you away from your desired goals. You need to know every day. You need to be mindful of the choices that you make every single day. And the only guarantee that tomorrow will get better is by you getting better today. That's the only guarantee that tomorrow will get better. You must get better today. Or whether whether it's your finances or right now it's about health. The only guarantee that you're going to have a healthier body tomorrow, you must start by getting better today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, our guests. It's really been wonderful.
Yeah.
To our viewers, the only way you will benefit from there is by transforming their words into action. Otherwise, if you do not transform their words into action, life is going to always remain same. And it will be sad 10 years, 5 years down the road when you re-listen to this very talk and you're like, I wish I had. So let's get up, let us transform, and let us act loud. Thank you so much for listening to us, and we look forward to sharing more stuff.